I'm Eddie.
I'm Brian.
I'm Tristan.
And we're iTeach, and we're going to teach you guys today how to use an authoring software to make iBooks on your iPad.
So we end up doing, I'm in social studies, and we got Tristan's math, and I'm going to show you how to use iBook Author. And it's going to be a pretty easy system to use, and you use it in your classroom. It's pretty fun.
We also found out that you need a special software to use iBook Author on a Mac, so I'm going to be using Book Creator on an iPad.
After we go through those tutorials, I'm actually going to take you through what it looks like once it's on your iPad and some of the limitations and some of the great things how this can really help your classroom. Okay, so let's get started with Brian taking you through a short tutorial through Author.
Alright, so I'm Brian Romanelli, and I'm going to show you guys how to use iBooks Author. We found it actually on iTunes. It's very easy to use, and the most important thing is it's actually free. So it's a great thing to use if you're a history or English teacher. It's very simple, and you can add text, embed photos and whatnot. But to start out, actually I'm going to show you guys there's templates they already have created. The one that I use for my book is I use the bottom one right here. It's charcoal. It's very useful and easy to use. So I actually created a book already. The one I created was on the Doolittle raids, and the Doolittle raids basically started becoming a little more of a history project. But that being said, here's the title page. It's very simple to use, and then going straight into my chapter 1. So the first thing I did is I actually typed in a bunch of text, and I did my research and whatnot. But the cool thing is there's easy to put photos, so you can just literally just click and drag your photos in. Very simple to use. And at the top, if you go up, there's actually a soundbite clip. So if we click on it here, the Doolittle raids. So basically what I did is I just read the whole textbook, so it's very easy to use for students. It's very easy to click and drag things, move them down, so on and so forth. It's in addition to that, if we scroll down over to the next page and whatnot, actually embedded a quiz question. So the quiz question, you go up to the top and you see the widgets, and then you just click on the review part. And then after that, you literally just type in the question. You literally start typing, and you have your answers, and then you just press done, and then you can just embed it into your thing. Simple as that. And then it's just like a picture. You can just drag it from wherever. So we're gonna get rid of this right here, and then eventually we can move down a little bit further. Then we have to embed a video clip, so we'll make it interactive and make it fun. So I just got a video clip off of the movie Pearl Harbor. And this is going to be the FDR's address regarding the Doolittle raids. The cool thing about this is that it was a little bit more tricky because you couldn't use a widget, so we had to use TubeGrip, which is a app that I found online, and then we just embedded the code, then we saved it to the desktop, and then we just simply dragged it and placed it in there as well. And lastly, the cool thing, they have another widget up top, and the widget would show you that you can embed a gallery, or the interactive image, sorry. Interactive image, you put it on. I found a simple map online. This was just on Google, and then you can use a interactive parts where you click on it. So I have Japan and Pearl Harbor, and you actually click on them, and it will show you the Pearl Harbor one. First, we have just very simple, the Empire of Japan. You can type whatever you want, and it will show them more specifically the point on the map. And then we can have another one as well. We have Japan, the Doolittle raids, the actual response for the United States. So it's pretty easy to use and whatnot. And then we're actually turn it over to Tristan, and Tristan will show you how to use the math portion.
Hello, I'm Tristan, and I'm going to talk to you guys about Book Creator on an iPad. So if you see Book Creator on the left side of the screen, it's a free app that you can download from the iTunes Store. So once you open it, you go into My Books, and you can add a new book, duplicate a book, combine a book, or copy a book from iTunes. So we're going to go with New Book. You have different options on how you want your book to be. Let's choose Landscape. Once you have this open, there's not very many things you can do with it. You can add text, photos, and sound. So one thing with math, I found that this was really difficult to be able to do math problems. But if you want to use this just to add text, or something that you just want your students to read right away, you can put it on Book Creator and add it straight to iTunes or iBook and use it and publish it on there, which is a really fast, active way for your students to get lessons and stuff that you need. But for math, I specifically found it hard to do math problems. So if you go back, and I found this app called EDU Creations, where you can create a lesson and you can record yourself. If you see on the top right, you can record yourself at any time to be able to write out what you need. There's different color pens if you need it. There's also text. You can add text anywhere you please, any size. You can make it bigger or smaller. You can also add a picture from anywhere, Dropbox photos, or take a picture. So if you have pre-made photos, you can choose there. One really cool thing for math that I found is that they have lined paper, graph paper, coordinate grid paper, which I thought was really helpful for a math project. Also, once you're embedding in photos of math problems, you can save them there for your kids, make them bigger, smaller. And if your kids have questions on problems, like, oh, I need help on number 2B, you can write out the problem for them to understand right away. You could just solve it for them. And just be able to solve and record yourself with the solution from there. Once this is done, you can make it a video and then embed that video straight into the iBook creator, and then from there publish it on iTunes to be able to share many iBooks for free with other teachers or other students. I found it a really great way to be able to share lessons with your colleagues, and also an easy way for your students to access lessons or problems that they need help with, and you can post them on an iBook for free for them to download.
Hi, I'm Eddie Rodriguez, and I'm actually going to show you what happens once you have created your iBook. And we're going to use the one that Brian created to do that. So in iBook Author, or even in Book Creator from the iPad, it's as easy as clicking Preview or Publish. Now, Publish is different than Preview. Publish will actually publish it to Apple's bookstore, and you can actually sell it on the bookstore, or you could give it away for free. If you sell it, Apple takes about 10% of the profits from any sales. But if you give it away for free, it's absolutely free to post. And the only thing you have to worry about if you do that is copywriting materials. Like I was creating a book on Mark Twain's Huckleberry Finn, and since Huckleberry Finn's out of the public domain, I could actually publish that whole entire book with pictures, notes, and any kind of assessments I want on there, and it'd be 100% free. But you do have to be careful of the images you get and where you get them, and the audio that you get and where you get them. So, but if you just want to do one and not worry about the audio, not worry about anything, you don't want to put it out there in the public, you just want to put it on your own iPad, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do Preview. And what Preview does is it actually puts all the information onto your iPad, and as many iPads as you want. And all you have to have on your iPad to do this is Apple's free iPad software, which is called Ibooks. So you just click on the button and it'll instantly prepare the book on iBook. And let me show you what that looks like on the actual iPad. So here's iBook, which is the iBook store that we just put the dual little raids on. And this is what Brian's book actually looks like once it's been published on an iBook. So as you can see, we have the different chapters. Here's chapter 1. Now, one of the cool things that Brian did that you couldn't really is that he actually read the whole entire text. So for our second language learners, or just for differentiation, if the kids want to click on the button and follow along, you can actually hear Brian talking. In the background, he actually reads it all for you. Another great feature is this assessment tool that he was talking about. Now, this assessment tool, kids can pick on what they want to choose and actually check their answers. And I got it wrong. And I got it wrong again, because I am, of course, an English person and not history. Oh, but I do know math, so got it right. Another great feature of this, and Brian will show you can embed clips right into the iMovie to make this more interactive. And of course, you could also put different kinds of widgets like this one. And though he showed you, let me show you what it actually looks like when you do it. You can actually click on different parts and find out where Japan is. Oh, there it is. Didn't know that. And a neat one of the neatest features I think about when I use an iBook is this ability to annotate and note stuff. So if I click on this part of the text, I could actually highlight the text, note it, search it on the internet, and right now I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to highlight it blue, and I'm going to create a note. Go, I need to know this date. I could actually just grab another one here. I'm going to highlight this one different color. Now, the power of this is that once the students have annotated all your text, what you could do is they could go into this flashcard, and anything they highlighted automatically is made into a flashcard. And you can hit the study card button right on top of the screen, and it becomes a study card. And they could actually study what they learned and use it as flashcards for references. So, and this was really, really simple. It probably took Brian only an hour or two to do this, and it's on one whole lesson. So if he did this throughout the semester, throughout the year, he would actually have everything on one iBook, and he'd be able to have this dynamic, interactive book that he could share easily and quickly with his students. Let me go back to, and basically, yeah, that's iBook. It's a really quick way for anybody without that much technological skill to make a book, publish it, and if it's really good, you can even make a little bit of money. And if you don't want to do that, you can still share it. Use this as a flipped classroom, and that's basically it. So we have tools set up on that we're going to share with everybody to show you how the tutorials how to do this, in case ours was a little bit too fast, but it's very intuitive, quick. So thanks. That's us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 That was terrible.